Oh, well, it's great to be back here again. Another presentation. I know a lot of folks, out there will be joining us momentarily, but again, welcome to our 237th broadcast here tonight in the Issues Room. Um, I kind of did a little quick nap, so if my face look a little puffy and my eyes look a little sleepy, just accept that. Sometimes you come from work, you're tired, you can't even hold yourself up, and you want to just do something quick. So I took a quick nap. I'll admit, I went to the bathroom, washed my face up, but I still look kind of like a little bit sleepy. But anyhow, the conversation tonight will get me awakened soon. But welcome wherever you are. We say thank you for joining us here tonight. Please share the link. This conversation going to be a wild ride. We're going to go wild, okay? Again, so many things happening in Liberia. Liberia is never out of the news, and so we've come to discuss two important issues here tonight, which we'll be talking about shortly. But we're here on Tuesdays and Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so we encourage you, our viewers, to please share the link. Those of you in Liberia, we are with you at 11 p.m. Also share the link. The Issues Room is a social media platform that was created to look at the issues trending in our country and also here in the diaspora, but overall on the continent of Africa, just discussing issues that are relevant to community events, politics, health, education, sports, whatever it is, we talk about it. Let me go backstage and welcome Moses Sandy in Delaware, in Newcastle. I love that place name, Newcastle. Newcastle, Delaware. So Liberian Americans, they are living in Newcastle. Yeah, all I meant, I said, we're on the football field practicing. I said, "Well, where you live?" He said, "I live in Newcastle." I said, "All right, no problem." that,
That new cat.
that, cast,
Stop.
that
The
castor
man
or
pronouncing it T O.
yeah, that castor or message living in Newcastle.
I live in Newcastle.
Yeah, but yeah, welcome from Newcastle.
Yeah. I'm in my little town. Yeah, Delaware is
You're a
the
little too
first.
you're a little too low, my man. You're
The high.
yeah. Because if you're
Okay.
gonna lay back in your sport chair, then you want to kind
Okay.
of.
Am I okay now?
I mean, are you gonna sit upright or you gonna lay back in your
Uh,
sports chair?
Okay. So,
All right.
okay. I think I'm okay, right?
Yeah. So far, not
Okay.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. So, as I was saying, I'm in my little town. Yeah. We are the first in the union. So it's a pleasure to be back, Volcano, this evening, uh, to discuss those issues that matter most. And Volcano, look, sometimes I go to public functions and I run into people, they calling my name. I'm wondering, but where did I know them from? They say, "Oh, my man, we know you from the issues from." I don't know whether you run into people like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So people rather
Everybody.
follow the show,
Yeah.
and I want to use this opportunity to say thank you to the many followers. We come here not because we hate a particular group of people to put a particular group of people down, but we just come here to discuss those issues that matter most as professionals. So it's always a pleasure being here every Tuesday, every Friday. I'm sure there are other plans that we have in the making, but I want to say I'm happy to be back.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And this is to all of our viewers out there. Dear Umu Raymond Clark, thank you for joining us here tonight. Those of you who are the silent viewers who really don't like to, way in the chat room will say welcome to. Please share the link. Of course, Moses, the problem here is that too many platforms are out here. Too many folks are now journalists. So many people are doing this. Everybody wants to talk about Liberia, and we encourage that. Um, and so there's a lot of competing platforms. Right now we're on. I'm sure somebody else is on. So the viewers who looking for substance, who looking for quality, will join us here. The other folks, if they just want to hear the podcast, if that's what they enjoy, then they will go on that side. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, let's do what we do best because it is in a repository. It's stored here. When we are dead and gone from this earth, 200 years later, if earth is still here, someone can stumble on YouTube and find these conversations and say, wait a minute, Liberia was 176 years old and they were still doing those kind of craziness. And now 200 years later, they're still crazy. They're still not making any improvement. And Moses, that would be the fact. That would be the fact. 200 years from now, if we don't get our acts together now, 200 years from now, we'll still be doing the same thing. Just the other day, we were hoping for a rescue mission. All of us said, listen, we don't want George Weah again. And I would say the issues room emphatically said that. We said anybody else but George Weah. I was not propagating for Ambassador Boycott, not a Cummings, not the late Daniel Cassell, right? But we wanted
Yeah. A
somebody else,
change.
not George Weah, because for
Mhm.
what had happened to our country in those 5.5, almost 6 years under his leadership. So, yes, here comes the rescue mission. And it almost sounds like nothing has really changed. Nothing has improved so far. Um, the Omer is still trying to get his foot wet. He's still moving about, trying to solicit and get some, help. But the people he has entrusted, some of them are making mess already. Because the problem here is, Moses, when you have a desire to steal, and this is the only thing that you can't do anything else. Most of these government officials who were on the sideline for the 6 years, they saw McGinn building mausoleum for the mom. They saw Akaras Gray getting married in Paris. They saw Eugene Nangwe eating lobster live. They saw Samuel Toure walking around with pot belly, playing in 25 million, playing in 16 million, playing in this million, playing. They were mad. And some of them couldn't wait to come back. And now the old man thinking that these people got good intentions for the country, he hires them. And here we are, all this corruption fanfare is going, seeping in places. So the point I'm making here is that 200 years from now, we could still be doing the same thing over and over if we don't mean well for our country.
That's a simple, I'll say, the most simplistic way of defining insanity. When you do the same thing repeatedly and expecting different results, it's insanity. Uh, I don't regret. You don't regret. Uh, we take credit for what happened in 2023 because we felt that the Liberia just needed a change. The country had a problem with leadership deficit. And today, I'm happy that we have a leadership, though not 100%, but at least we have a president who appears or who seems to be in control of happenings in the country, who engages with his people, who speak to those contemporary issues, as compared to Mr. Weah, who was just too busy, with leisure. You see? So,
So, we
yeah,
come here tonight to look at two important issues. According to the quick flyer we did, the faces in the news now are AB Kromah, Fadiga, Hassan Fadiga, Gbawou Kowou, Patrick
yeah, cool.
Worzie from the
Mhm.
LRRRC. These are the people who are making the news. Joe Boyka is expected to be leaving, I think, Korea tomorrow, the 8th, and or maybe heading back already and maybe in the country tomorrow, the 8th. Um, but these things that are taking place at the LDEA brought the president to the decision of placing some people on administrative leave without pay as an investigation ensues to determine the cause for what happened and to see where it could be made right. Um, we'll go to the clip. Of course, the clip is all over the place, but we thought to come with this conversation because we want to discuss it from our professional background and how we know what it means to be at the top and act like the people at the bottom and what damage it causes the institution and especially an integrity institution. If you don't see it as an integrity institution, I think the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency is an integrity institution. You
Yeah.
must have people who mean well. You must have people who don't have corrupt minds. You must have people who don't do drugs themselves. You must have people with credible character to work and to lead that organization. Not people who are going to see the big money on the table and then they compromise because they've been bribed and then the drugs get on the market. So it's an integrity institution. It means the people who work there must be paid well, but they must also be patriots and mean well to address the issue affecting the young people. And so I would term it as an integrity institution. So you take Abraham Kromah, of course, who we have profound regards and respect for because he's been in the security sector over the years, maybe 30 plus years. I've known AB probably around 91, 92. Uh, and since then, um, when he was at a university, it was CID at the police. He was not, he was still a young man going to LU and in the CID. And then come the different formation of the different governments. He became, I think, chief of
Chief of staff.
staff in the military
Mhm.
as a result of the what you call the separate the this
Transitional
yeah,
arrangement.
yeah, the transitional governments
Yeah.
power sharing government.
Power sharing.
That's
Yeah.
what I want to say, power sharing government, right?
Mhm.
But over time, everyone immigrated to America. People got their education. People probably did different things, and then he goes back to Liberia under Ellen government. He was made deputy for operations at the Liberia National Police
Police. Yeah.
Force, and then he helped some other things. He went into private work. He did his own security firm, and here comes the rescue mission. The anticipation was he may have gone to the police as the head, but apparently, the president had his own take on knowing that he's an operations guy. He's able to go and get and move. He decided to send him to the LDEA because Gregory Coleman, of course, was the darling to serve the police. Then he needed to have his deputies. Of course, you heard in the news, uh, his ex-wife said she loved it for the deputy of operations. I'm talking about Fatima Sharif, if I have the name right. Said
Mhm.
that she lobbied with AB and begged AB over time to take Fadiga because Fadiga was here in America. He had background in security science, federal agent, and was making 24,000 US dollars a month, all kinds of stuff, all over the place. But it was because of patriotism they decided to go to Liberia, and AB made recommendation to President Boakai, and that's how he got to the position. Then the other guy, Gbawou Kowou, who's of course I don't know, but I think he's the
He's
deputy
from the
for,
LNP,
yeah, I know he
from the
was in the
police. Yeah.
police force, but then he became the deputy for administration. So you have three guys with backgrounds in this in the security science. You would think that it would be a structure that would make sense, right?
Mhm.
To work together. And it's no time. The government took root to January 2022. I mean, 20, January 22nd, 2024. But by the time they glide to really sitting, it was almost a month or 6 weeks later. And the urgency to address their part of what society needs was to get them quick and moving, right? Because drug infestation in the country is so profound. So those institutions like the police, the military, the LDEA, the EPS, the NBI, the NSA, all of these institutions must function right away. It's a must. And so they were quickly putting in motion, got some logistics to begin to work. And my brother, no time. Here we are with this. So we're going to play the video. Now, we want to warn all of you, our listeners and viewers here tonight and Facebook, there will be some profanity used. But again, this video is trending all over the internet, all over the world, has gone viral. So please bear with us. We are just making sure that if kids around in your living room or whatever, please be cautious. But this is the argument here that took place amongst them.
When I said that, you don't feel the police say about my
We're not coming to a meeting here, and when I have meeting here, we can't have in the here.
Okay, then fuck you and sit down here. I'm not paying your own pay. What the fuck wrong with you, lady? You got any respect to you? What the fuck wrong with you? You want to disrespect people, yeah? Go ahead. Go ahead, do who?
You all line. You've been on the line here for a long time. As long as in DA, as law enforcement officer, I will come anywhere with gun. You didn't tell your man to tell me what it is. I'm not in your office, but you cannot stop me from moving with weapon in this place here.
Listen,
and nobody can stop me.
Enter my office the next time. It didn't matter if you come back to my office. It's not allowed in my office. Yes, sir.
They can't even try it.
Yes, sir.
They can't even try it. I can tell you. But you have to put me outside now. They need to come and put me outside. No, you need to be giving them order to put me outside. I'm not fighting you, AB.
You're not getting that for me.
I'm not going to fight you. You've been very disrespectful and unprofessional since you started here, and we've been tolerating you. We've been tolerating you. Wait, you won't tell me about professionalism?
Yeah,
no, I can tell you that based on my professional judgment, you treat as you are. Near you, in America, you can compare what I was doing. I'm a damn. Well, you're a poster. You're a damn poster and a liar. Who are you?
I am.
Talking about you who? I was a damn federal agent. Go and check my record. A GR12? A GR12? You think, no, that only in front of these people, you can bullshit. Based on my professional judgment, where professional judgment? You give me this job? You employ me? You recommended me?
I said that because I thought you were a good guy, but
you're not a good human being.
I'm not. Go ahead.
You are very disrespectful. You are unprofessional. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking.
Don't do that. You do not come after you. You do not come after you.
Yes, we have to go to jail. You can't go to jail. You can't go to jail. My man was disrespect you. Every time I'm here with this. You take that and put it down. Who the fuck you think you are? Say no, get the fuck out of me. Why you holding me?
I gotta hold you.
You holding me?
I can't hold you.
Why you holding me? Why you holding me?
Stopping me?
That's why you for me. Why you holding me? That's why you my man. Come on, man. No, come on, man.
Stopping me?
The man such a me.
What's that? It's ready. You say you soldier? So this I'm waiting for you. Come on, fuck you, man. What's funny? That's funny. You already free. You already free. The other guy, boy, got punched in my face. The other guy, boy, got punched in my face. LRRRC, certainly won't be under some fire. Here we are. They do a premeditated. Baby, where are you? Huh? I'm telling you. Come on the floor, yeah.
So Moses, I think that's efficient. Okay. You know,
It is.
and is unfortunate. It's absolutely unfortunate that this had to happen. So let me just quickly show some of the guys. Oh, goodness, I thought I had it up here. But anyway, we'll come back to that. But okay, so I think I have this picture right here. Just so if people wanted to know
Get to see
who
who
we're
they
talking
are.
about, yeah,
Yeah.
we can quickly show that. Let me go to this quick. Okay. So this is Mr. AB Kromah, and AB is the Director General, proper. Okay, the Director of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, and he is the head of that institution. And this is Mr. Fadiga, Hassan Fadiga, Hassan Fadiga, who is the Deputy for Operations, and he is the one who was in the uniform, who was arguing with AB regarding credential and background. And let me see if I can get Mr. Gbawou Kowou, who started the
profanities.
the cursing from the get go. Let me quickly find him. And this is him. So this is when he was in the Liberia National Police Force.
Okay.
Because that's police uniform there, Liberia National Police. Then he got sent
I'm
over
told that he's also a lawyer.
to the DEA. So,
Right
now, Liberia, everybody in law school. Everybody in law school, everybody got platform.
That's the only promising career in Liberia.
Everybody got law school. No, I don't know if it's a promising career. I just think that everybody just, think that they can keep themselves busy. So Moses, let's come to the conversation. So we heard a clip, and those of you, and I'm a friend, I watched your post the other day, and I would like for you to weigh in here tonight. You've been a military guy who is retired. I watched your post. I heard you talking, but let's come to the conversation, Moses. When you see stuff like this, And you know what bothers me? People are not aware that social media has taken over the world. Everything you say, everything you do, there must be a high degree of sensitivity. You need to pay attention to your surrounding. Everyone will go live. Everyone. You go to a party, you're trying to sit down in the corner, minding your business, somebody just there going all around it. I'm going live, doing all kind of things, you know. So no space is safe now. No space is safe. And that's the scary part. So let's talk about this situation.
Well, let's begin like this. This would be my proposal. I would like to begin on the note by looking at the LDEA. And like you said earlier, Volcano, the LDEA is an integrity institution. It's an institution set up to go after drug dealers, individuals who are importing, individuals who are also selling locally, raiding the streets of drug addicts and helping them get treatment, helping them get enrolled into rehabs. Addiction is not an event, it's a lifelong journey. So to have people heal, it takes a lot. The role of the LDA in dealing with the issue of addiction in Liberia is very, very critical for Canada. That's why you name individuals with integrity, individuals who are honest, individuals who are professional, because of Canada, in order to bust criminals who are engaged with the sale and importation of drugs, that takes a lot of work. Uh, Intelligence gathering. So if people don't trust you, they believe that you are not honest, they won't tell you anything. And you can easily compromise the safety of Liberians when you are taking $1 or $2. That's why, again, I agree with you when you initially said that the guys at LDA, the Drug Enforcement Agency, those people need to be paid livable wages. You don't give people who are fighting that kind of crime chicken change. When you do that, you make them vulnerable, easily compromised. If I have to struggle to put food on the table, and I'm going to confront a drug dealer who offered me $300,000, and I left my kids at home without food, Volcano, I'm caught between the scissors. What do I do? The first law of nature is what? Self-preservation. I'm saying all of this to tell you that those guys, the responsibility they have, those responsibilities are very huge. So government has to make sure that people with integrity are hired, people who are professional in everything they do are hired. You don't need people with stained character. Now let's go to what happened. I don't want to come across as being judgmental, but let's look at the leadership structure at the LDA. I heard Mr. Kumar say, I recommended you. I told the president to hire you. Basically implying that for the fact that he recommended Mr. Fadiga, it means that Mr. Fadiga should not express himself independently. His loyalty should be to him. That's absolutely wrong. I do not know the details of what happening or what is happening, but I'm just speaking like any other person who works in corporate America. In corporate America, um, the recruitment of individuals are not based on who knows you. They recruit you based on the skills you have. whether you have accent, whether you come from from India or wherever, if you have those skills, Volcano, nobody is going to beg for you. Oh, you know, Volcano, that my brother-in-law hire you. No, it's not like that. They they go through the vetting process and say, look, Volcano, you came at the top. We offer you the job. Now you come and prove yourself whether you can do what they hire you for or not. After 3 months, if you can demonstrate that, they let you go. So if you telling this young, oh man, I recommend you. Mr. Kromah, it doesn't work like that. Yes, we agree. That's how you guys operate in Liberia. You literally handpick people who are loyal to you, but that doesn't mean that they are they should not be able to exercise, independence in decision making. And that's how Mr. Kromah came across that day. I don't want to be a tribalist. But one thing I want to say that Mr. Kromah is also doing at the LDEA, we cannot look at the leadership structure at the LDEA. Predominantly Madingo. It's a Madingo camp. That's absolutely wrong.
Let me pause you there. Did you see the press conference where he was asking certain staffers? Did you see the press conference where he was asking some of the staffers there when he was discussing the issue with the guys who,
at the news conference?
Yeah, the news conference about those guys who were from Sierra Leone. Did you hear him asking certain people, "Are you Pele? I mean, are you Mandingo?" Some people said,
"Oh,
no.
Come on, man!
Are you this?"
Predominantly Mandingo camp.
Okay. I mean, so
yeah, the man's running on Mandingo camp.
All right.
You see, other guys who running behind. Other guys are all reportedly former combatants of Ulimo. He has let me give you a couple of Mandingo guys he has over there. Bartley Dolly, who was coerced, who was deported from Canada. It's Mr. Kromah's policy analyst. And there are several other individuals who are Mandingos. I'm not saying that if Mandingos are qualified, don't give them a job. But you cannot pass the payroll of the LDA with all Mandingos. That's tribalism. He's a tribalist. And one thing I also want to say that I may be wrong, and I'm not trying to draw judgment yet, and I want the president, his team, to rather pull this matter and take a decisive action that would be in the interest of Liberia. I can tell you, I watched Mr. Kromah holding news conferences. I have seen him in videos talking about Mr. Fadiga and the others. I think he's an autocrat. He's a dictator. Everything should center around him. Volcano, in the workplace, it doesn't work like that. Even you are the most senior person, you have to treat people who report to you as human beings. You are not more human being than those people. You are amendable. So somebody, they are amendable to you. But that doesn't mean that you treat them with disrespect. He's studying the other day, you heard he say he was on the rooster. At the LDEA.
No, he said rooster. Man said he's the only
no,
nigger.
I'm just paraphrasing what he said.
Well, I'm just saying the man said forbidden.
He said, well, I'm the only nigger here, right?
I'm the only nigger here.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man.
He said
the LDEA is not about
and man said
AB Kromah.
That street talk, not legal talk, but a street talk.
Yeah.
He said,
he
said he has to speak in that language. Moses, hold on. He has to speak in that language so the people can better understand that somebody's in charge. I'm the only nigger here.
Yeah, street talk. The LDEA is not about Mr. Kromah. The LDEA is supposed to be a professional institution where Moses Sandy will feel comfortable going to work and doing what he has to do. I don't have to go knock on my boss' door every day and say, also, good morning. I just came to say hi. No, I don't have to do that. All I need to do, perform my tax. My loyalty is to the country. It's to the institution I work for. That's how we work in this country, Volcano.
So let's come to the issue now.
So I am saying to you,
okay.
Mr. Kromah, expect these guys to be followers. He talks to them. The guys were upset because it's like it has gotten to the level that they can no longer deal with it. You heard the other man say, look, Mr. Kromah, you are very disrespectful. You have no regard for us.
He said we've been respecting you, but it's
We've
too
been
much now.
respecting
It's
you.
too much now.
But you treat us with disrespect. And this has been what? Continuous.
But let's come to the
This
issue.
complaint been coming out.
Okay,
Complaint been
so
coming
hold
out.
on here, Moses.
You know,
Hold
so
on, hold on, now. Hold on.
what I'm saying,
Hold on,
Buchanan,
hold on.
is that this matter has to be
Are you
well
listening to
through.
me? Can you hear me?
And lastly,
Moses, can you hear me?
yeah, I'm hearing you.
But you still talking. I said, hold on.
Okay.
I wanted to make a point as you continue.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So the main crux of this conversation here and this infighting, I mean, other things may have caused it, but the most important thing that led to this was nobody should bring weapon in my office.
Yeah.
Right? And the guys are saying, but why? We come here,
Why?
we're all on equal, level, even though you are
Yeah.
a boss. But I mean, my position entails that I travel with weapon because this is a life and death job. Think about
Of
it.
course.
But man, if this kind of stuff is in places like Colombia, places like where the cartel operates on a real serious, these guys are supposed to be fully armed with the best vehicle, with armor protection vehicles, those kinds of things, right? Well,
Bulletproof,
my man,
bulletproof
I
jackets.
just came back. The man of
Yeah.
operation, the man they in regular car and one pickup, regular car, one
Yeah.
pickup, okay, and maybe only he alone got a gun. The other
And it shouldn't
man,
be like
yeah,
that.
other man just got baton and thing, and they just lifting iron so they can look big.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to add that so you can focus on what the issue here. I'm coming on the issue here. Don't bring gun in my office. Now I'm a framer. Please, you're a military man. Please weigh in. If you want to call in, call 404-272-2808. I'm a call 404-272-2808. You know the number. Call. I can post it here. But I want somebody who's in the military to make some clarification here. Is it wrong for AB to say, hey, coming in my office? I don't say in the building, you can be all right with your gun, but coming in my office, don't bring gun. Is it because there's so much brewing and he senses that anything could happen? And that night, anything could have happened. Anything could have happened. Seriously. Weapons could be drawn, shots could be fired. Anything could have happened.
Yeah, and you know what? Volcano? If you work in a friendly environment, an environment where respect is rendered to everyone, don't forget now, these guys are law enforcement officers. So what made Mr. Kromah to start thinking that, well, no one should enter his office with a weapon? If you are actually relating to his peers with respect and dignity,
and again,
why would he say that?
That would be probably, I want to establish I'm the only nigga here.
He created a toxic environment.
Yeah, I'm the head.
I'm the only nigga.
Yeah, I'm the autocrat.
I decide who comes, who doesn't come. If I tell you you can't drink a cup of water, you just can't drink a cup of water. And the LDEA is not about AB Kromah. It's state-owned. And I hope the executive mansion will probe this matter and come up with a finding that will be in the interest of Liberia. It should not be about tribe. It should not be about political connection. It should be about the good of Liberia. Look at this other allegation you guys made against Mr. Kromah, that he's linked to drug dealers. This is a very serious allegation. If it is established that the allegation made against Mr. Kromah is unfounded, my recommendation to the president would be to dismiss those individuals who made the allegation against Mr. Kromah and have him return to work, leave the suspension and have him go back to work. Or if it is established that Mr. Kromah is involved with drug dealers, is involved in any other thing that undermines the work of the LDA, he should be dismissed with immediacy. He should be prosecuted for undermining the fight against addiction or the sale of drugs in our country. I am not saying that he's guilty. I want to be clear about that. If he's found guilty, this is what I'm saying. If he's found guilty for being involved with drug dealers, that undermines the role of the LDEA. If he's also found guilty for creating a toxic work environment where he feels that he's the undernigger, the president should show him the door with immediacy and have those guys reinstated. But if the three of them are all in the wrong, yes.
So Moses, now you're going ahead of the game here.
Yeah.
How when you go ahead of the game?
Okay, let me stop there.
Let's come back. Let's come back to the situation. When something like this happens in any professional environment, not because we're in America, not because we're in America, but any professional environment, for what I know and what I've experienced in my own workplace over my experience, especially at the top where people went so low below the belt line. Of course, you place them on administrative leave without pay, and then you probe the matter. And if you probe the matter, if you don't find any reason, from my perspective, you don't find any reason to persecute or whatever, just the optic around their behavior, you cannot return them to that institution.
I agree, absolutely.
Because it demoralizes even the power by the way they carry themselves. Even some of the guys who were trying to hold them back and try to separate, they were like fighting and pushing, and the other guys said, man, hitting in the eye, and man said, I'm holding you as my chief because I want to protect you. And he didn't see it from that perspective. He thought the man was trying to subdue him. So that in itself, how will you work with your underman now going forward? That will reverberate in the corridors of that institution. Any new employee who comes will get to hear that story, and your respect is demeaned. That would be one of the ways to go about it. Now, somebody asked me and said, if it were you, what would you do if you were President Bouaka? I said to the president, they're not going to work in my government again. That's it. Don't do. Even whether we did investigation or not, this video by itself tells me they are unprofessional. This video by itself tells me they don't know how to conduct themselves, even in the line of fire. That was in the line of fire that required the best professional deportment. So if I were President Bouaka, they would not serve in my government. I will release them. They can go in the private sector. AB Kromah could work for ArcelorMittal as chief security, or he could go to LRRRC through civil service. I can't deprive him from eating his bread, but I, President Bouaka, would not appoint the Fadiga, and the Kowou to any other position in my government. Just by what they did, whether investigation or not. Because I didn't see anyone there who had an even keel. I didn't see anyone there who behaved professionally. So all the other things you were talking, if I were Bouaka, it's over. The rescue team, they didn't come here to tolerate these kinds of behavior.
I agree with Kevin. But you know what? One thing I would do if I were the president of the Republic of Liberia, one aspect of that investigation that I would rather pay keen attention to is the allegation made against Mr. Kromah that he's linked to drug dealers.
That came in the that came in the letter. That came in the letter.
Yes. I would make sure
You
that the investigators get to the core of that matter. And if it is established that what those individuals accusing of is true, my administration will not only dismiss Mr. Kromah, my administration will prosecute Mr. Kromah to the fullest, because the allegation leveled against him is serious. It undermines the effort of the government to fight against a crime that is eroding the social fabric of the country.
So let's say if he was innocent, what happens there?
If he's innocent, then the individuals who made the allegations, besides the dismissal, government will also prosecute them because they have drawn Mr. Kromah's integrity into question. They have said something that even create dark cloud for the image of this entity. How do you expect international funders to fund an organization that has been accused of taking bribes from, drug dealers?
Yeah.
So those individuals will also be held liable. This is something that I think the president and his people, let's forget about the verbal assault, the physical assault, and all of that. Let's forget about that. But this allegation of somebody taking money or somebody being cahoot with drug dealers is very serious, Volcano. It defeats the purpose of why the LDEA was established.
So when you look at situation like this, Moses, it's so early. And that is why sometimes when I sit by and I think about Liberia, I ask myself, who gonna make the difference? Who is going to make the difference? President Bouaga came to power with an intent to move this country forward. But unfortunately, some of the people he bringing around him would be his downfall. I've said the same thing about President Weah. I said President Weah had good intentions. It's a man who came, left his, soccer career on the line. He could get injured playing Liberian football, and who would pay attention to him? He would have lost his contract. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He made sacrifices. I was there. I commentated games of the national team. I used to be around them and in the camp. And I saw his passion. I don't know where that passion went when he became president, that he didn't do a darn thing for sports, particularly soccer. But I saw what he went through, right? And he was passionate about improving his country. But then here he comes and he brings a lot of guys with their own intent to be rich, to become rich too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he, on the other hand, didn't hold them accountable. And so he just joined them and everybody became, the Crowder Club. Now, President Bouaga, of course, he has loyalists and he has loyalty. You see, there are two things here. You got loyalists and you got loyalty. Mm-hmm. There are people around Bouaga right now that he has loyalty to, who are loyalists to him and who have been loyalists to him. I don't care what you tell me. Bouaga will not chastise everyone around him. It's impossible. I'm seeing it for a fact. He can't tell me he will chastise everybody equally just across the board around him. Because it is the nature of man to have loyalists and to have loyalty. You listening to me carefully? And those of you our viewers? Yes. So, but if he means well, he can begin to check these things, check them, put them in the right place, address them immediately. Now, the step he took while being out of the country to say, hey, listen, put them on administrative leave without pay, we'll probe the situation. When I get back in the country, we'll go further. That is a step forward. But there are other things happening around here. If you listen to social media, you're talking about things happening at the Freeport. You're talking about noise with the Commerce Ministry. You're talking about this noise with this place, that place. They intend to raise rice price, or is the people going with the rice import? All kinds of story, and all of these stories presents a dark cloud for the image of the government.
Absolutely.
I've said this over and over. There are 5.2 million people, according to WEA's census, who are Liberians. I don't know if they check us. If they didn't check us, then we're about 6.2 because we're about 1 million in the diaspora. No, mostly I'm being practical, right?
Yeah.
So if we are a 6.2 million population, then you got option to change people and not keep them there. Because they're just occupying space. Some of the people only went in government to get rich quick. And so any opportunity of corruption they can lay their hands on, I'm telling you, they will do it. And that would bring us to the next segment. That would bring us to the next segment with what happening at the LRRRC. We've seen the lawmakers in the in the county and the district who don't even know how the setup look, never been there. You understand me? But they claim that the man got $601,000 and change. But they work to see and how much the people have benefited. That's the amount of money. So what's going on? So we'll come to that segment. But the point I'm making here, and you're going to come in right now, is that Mr. Boyka has loyalists and he has loyalty. Now, he needs to move away from loyalty because he's not no young chicken, like they say. The old man 78, 79 years old. Who he need to hold loyalty to, Moses?
To Liberia.
Yeah. That's where he needs to hold loyalty. So any other people from Grace Bay to what, to all his old boys then, to Dr. Conner, or to political activists or advisor, Magdala Cooper, or all of them, if they screw up, kick them outside. Get rid of them. You got 6.2 million people to come to the diaspora, go back to Liberia. You got 5.2. You can find people with integrity in that country, in the diaspora, to come and help the country. Instead of recycling these people, they think that government job, they're not corporate job. That's not civil service job where you grow through the ranks and file, and then you get through the merit system and you can become a long-term employee. In government, we can't have long-term. We can't have the same finance minister for 5 governments. It's not possible. We can't have the same police director from Ellington. You can't. They join what you come back on the train, you police director. What happened to the other people who went to the academy? What happened to the other people who came overseas to get a criminal justice degree and all of that? Why? The country is bigger than few individuals. So President Boyka, you need to clean up and clean up fast. Moses?
Yeah, I agree with you that, honestly speaking of Volcano, I personally won't have problem if Volcano has the skills to do the job, and he's doing it to the best of the expectation of the people. I won't mind reappointing Volcano more than 2 or 3 times. I just don't want to replace.
So you won't be like LEC and St. Bernard?
I mean, we saw St. Bernard when he did for Liberia, right?
What,
so you did a great job.
Man,
I'm just saying.
All the time.
I mean, you see the same thing happening. Some people work for some companies, they resign, they go, they reapply, and the people rehire them because they have the skills. So if you have somebody who is capable of doing the job, I think that person should be given the opportunity. You just don't want to make a change because you want to make a change, and then at the end of the day, you have more problems. And this is what happening.
No, you're not getting what I'm saying. I'm saying making change to people who come with the intent to spoil the system.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, no, we don't need spoilers.
Yeah, that's what I'm
we
talking
don't need
about.
Spoilers.
I'm talking about people who come with the intent to steal. You can see it glaringly. Like how can those guys in the last 6 years? Where did this man get money from to go get married in Paris and spend $300,000? Huh? Where did McGill? You know who I'm talking about? Akara's Gray. Where did McGill take money from to build a mausoleum for his mom within a year? So that's what we're talking about.
But McGill is already unsanctioned. So
no, but the point I'm making here.
No, I got you. I'm just kidding.
Had the sanction not come about, McGill was still going to be state minister. Did you know
that? Yeah. I got you 100%.
Did anybody
That's the society that we have.
In as much as the Liberian people kept begging President we had to do something with Samuel Tuwai. Mm-hmm. Did he did anything with him? No, he didn't do anything with him. Yeah.
But the man himself was also looting the country. So what you think he would have done? Nothing. But coming back to the situation with Mr. Kromah, again, I want to re-emphasize that this matter must be investigated to the fullest. Every one of them should be held accountable. If it is established that Mr. Kromah is indeed linked to drug dealers in our country, he should be punished to the fullest. This cannot be about, oh, well, I know his wife or his ex-wife, or we all from the same Lofa County, or we have some connection with Unity Party. This cannot, this is about what? Liberia. What we are talking about now has created integrity problem for the LDEA as an institution. For someone to even dream about hearing that the head of that entity is in cahoot, allegedly in cahoot, with the very criminals that he's supposed to be going after. It's a serious allegation, Volcano. It cannot be taken lightly.
So that press conference,
Yes.
how do you grade that press conference where the man standing there, he asking him, what I man need again? You would think that they'll gather all that information, give it to him on a piece of paper that he will look at as a bullet to address the press.
Look.
How? So then they got somebody that's standing saying he public affairs man.
Yeah. Madigo man.
Your role as a public affairs man to go and gather the information and bring it to your boss so that when he calls a press conference, even if it's a quick press conference, he has some bullets to talk about. Then the man sitting there, AB Kromah, what I man need again? Yeah, the other man, the one, the soya man, the one with no shirt on. Yeah. But how about the other man? that other man that way underneath. What type of stuff is this?
Look, Volcano. Look, I watched the news conference, right? And what Mr. Kromah tried to do, it was all publicity stunt.
I give up. I give up, my man. I give up.
Look, Volcano. What Mr. Kromah tried to do at that news conference was a publicity stunt. He was trying to prove that, oh, well, people say, I have a lot of Madingo people here. Mr. Kromah, everything that happened at the LDA is in the public domain. I can tell you the configuration of individuals at the LDA, the very people who run it behind Kromah in all the vehicles, they are predominantly Madingos. That is not to say that Madingos should not be given employment opportunities in the country. But when you have a particular group of people from one region, dominating the white force, that's a problem. Those guys that were attacking all these people, Fadiga and the other guy, predominantly Madingos. I mean, the guys running on Madingo camp. Very authoritative. You tell your colleagues that I'm the only nigger. Come on, man, AB, you're not running a private entity. You're working for the people of Liberia. You need to treat others with respect.
So let's wrap it up. So
yeah,
your position is they're on suspension. Once the president gets back, he gets the findings from the investigation. If AB is innocent,
yeah,
he should be returned to his job.
No, if he's innocent, then he should be returned. Look, I will not return him to his job because he has created, his behaviors, have brought the integrity of that institution into public disrepute. Even if he's not found guilty, he should go.
That's what that was.
Mr. Kromah is
all
very, very temperamental. You know that, right?
So all three of them should go.
You have listened to him when he talks.
But all three of them should go.
He's temperamental.
Are you listening to me?
You go ahead.
Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm saying that then the verdict here is that all three of them should go no matter the situation, because they cannot coexist in that institution.
They just
And
cannot.
leaving one person there will not augur well, because
Right.
if that one person is the old wine that you're leaving in that same bottle, people are going to have that same bad taste. So it's just better to remove all of them from the LDEA, bring a new group of people with the greatest of integrity to run the institution. In fact, it was said that the guy who they sent to EPS is one of the best on the continent. Mr. Gay, Sam Gay, they said drug is his area. So maybe at that point, the president can think about reshuffling and take Sam Gay over to LDEA, if he means well, to tackle the drug issue and configure a whole new leadership there. And then AB then can find a way somewhere, wherever they find a way. If the president wants to,
but AB doesn't necessarily have to work in government.
No. I'm just coming to the point now. If the president wants to show loyalty again, like I said, loyalty and loyalists, I made it clear, loyalty and loyalists. At least he will have acted within the confines of his responsibility as the president by removing him. Again, if he's innocent, then you cannot deprive him getting jobs somewhere else. The president still has the right to put him somewhere else. I'm just saying, if he's found, innocent. So Moses, that's the issue with the LDEA.
So Volcano,
okay.
Just a second, let me say this. You see, the problem of the work environment being toxic is not only coming from Mr. Kromah's deputies. I think almost a month ago, the director of public affairs, the gentleman resigned. He published his resignation letter. And in that letter, the allegation he made against Mr. Kromah was that Mr. Kromah did not allow him to execute his duties. And this is not coming from one person.
So stop right there.
Yes.
That is why he didn't even know who were the criminals because the public affairs man.
But they changed the guy.
Well, you're not listening to me. I'm trying to make you understand. That is why he didn't have somebody to really play the role. The professional man, he want to control the man, and the man wants to do his job. On the other hand, he's sitting there at a press conference, don't even know the people name because no one jotted some information down for him to address the press. So he's sitting there doing a hand like that. What are other men that need, right? I'm just giving you a backdrop as to,
Yeah, I got the point, So he removed the guy. You know what he did to the man? I mean, after the gentleman resigned, to appease him, he reassigned the man to Grand Crew as a commander of the LDEA. Took the man out of Monrovia completely. Because he knows that in Grand Crew...
He said, man, happy for the job. What he said? He said, man, happy for a new assignment. Because in Grand Crew, my man, they said Grand Crew that drug infested area too.
Yeah, he assigned the man there as commander. So the man accepted the job too. So if you have a boss where everybody is complaining about something is not right about our boss,
Well, if you just joining us, welcome to the Issues Room. It's a little past 8 o'clock here. We here till 8:30 this evening. We've been discussing the LDEA, what happened there, and what we anticipate the president will do or should do, as we have fought for our own position. From a professional perspective, we think that when something like this takes place, where the head of the institution went in a verbal fight to a fist fight because there was some physical contacts made, then it's a serious problem, especially for an integrity institution, an institution of law enforcement, an institution that is fighting, ills in society. You can't have people who don't have the temperament to work, to behave professional, to maintain their demeanor, no matter the circumstance, to withstand the tension within the workplace. All of those things could have been done behind the scene, going in the room, talk about it as men, and continue to mitigate whatever they had in the differences and find a way to work together. But the truth that they're the clothes out there, right in the public, washed it up, and now where to waste the water? They couldn't find a place to waste the water, and that's where we are. So the president has a lot to handle when he gets back. I believe tomorrow he should be back in the country. Hopefully he addresses that immediately. We'd like to welcome Kowou, Gloria, Voka, Molba, Mane Sumo, of course. I'm a Freeman, Ella Hook, Andrew Tucker, who is watching from Kakata City, Magibi County. We say thank you for joining us. Hashim Fambule from Allentown, PA. Thank you for joining us. Christopher Wesley. Thank you for joining us. Flomo Livingstone, of course, as usual. Why, yeah, Yen Chukwen, if I got it right, help me with that. I'm very good at names, but this one, let me post it out here, is Why, yeah, Yen Chukwen. Okay, I think I did well with it. Thank you for coming to the show here tonight, and also our man River Says Pro, Raymond Clark, Adiaha Umo, and the rest of you. Thank you for joining us. Continue to share the link. Invite others here. We're here Tuesdays and Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Volcano, Shelton, Moses, Sandy. We're not joined here by Alphonso Yenu tonight. I'm sure it has to do with personal engagement. But Moses, you know, we wanted to just talk about the situation at the LRRRC. We are professional. You are a licensed clinical career. Let me put that part. You always say is career social worker, a graduate of Temple University, who is a practicing clinician in the field. I hold a bachelor's of science degree in psychology and human services. Something I don't talk about. I don't like to talk about, but I've worked in the area of human services for as long as I've been in America. I've been around for a long time, and we know the population. We know how to address the population. In fact, the language addressing the population continue to evolve. I remember the time when they were MRO, meaning I would say, please, folks, forgive me here tonight. I don't mean to demean anyone, but when we studied the science, it was called mental retardation. We moved from there and we go to cognitive disability. You know, then we were referring to them as consumers. And if somebody is consuming something, it means that they can't even give back. So we changed that from consumers to clients, and now we're moving to individual with, you know, referring to the people with special needs as individuals. So special needs was the word used, and it's the word now being used. Special needs means that person has limitation in certain areas of their life, but it doesn't mean that they are totally a mess, right? And so there's a profound way to address them, and that profound way it must be done within the clinical science, but in a professional manner. Unfortunately, in Liberia, we are not occurring with all of these things. Of course, we have people who are opening mental health institutions in the country as private providers. We have people who are opening drug and rehab facilities in the country. We don't know where their skill set derived, where their knowledge, where their education derived, but they're operating. And so the case of the LRRRC, and I want to lay the cards on the table. Mr. Patrick Worzie, from what I saw, got an MBA from Cottington University College, and I believe he graduated in 2019. But with emphasis in project management. And he served as Secretary General for the Unity Party. So it puts him closer to being appointed in government, right? So his background doesn't show anything about social work, anything about the human science, the human services science, or anything. So apparently the president gave all the thing, and you know, nothing was left. And he said, my man, Worzie, I forgot about you. But anyway, I got LRRRC here. What you say? Papa, that's just something, let me get something to do. So they sent a man there. The man does not have no skill in the area, right? Okay, people feel that when people are educated, they can work anywhere. That's not true. That's not true. In certain capacities, you need the people with the background, with the skill set, with the education in that discipline, and the experience and competencies they've garnered cumulative over the years to be able to perform. Of in the case of Mr. MDA and project management, he goes to the LRRRC. Right in the middle of everything, he gets this big crisis, and it's a crisis, but it's also an
Of
opportunity.
course, a serious
Yeah,
crisis.
repatriating returnees to Liberia, a
Mm-hmm.
country that has no social services in program in place. That's a crisis. And people who are coming with nothing, that's a crisis. So the brother doesn't even understand the magnitude of the crisis. They get in the first 600 G, the man hot, eating not open.
So
Boom, he
the
run to
first
Banga.
600 G, right?
Yeah, he run to Banga. They put up makeshift tents, tarpaulin, didn't even stultify the thing. It's not even strong. And they throw the people there. And whatever happened, hell breaks loose. You know our rainy season don't play.
Yeah.
So the rainy season and scatter. Then the noise start going on. But before the noise, he goes to address the press. People are seeing that, oh, the man decided to amplify the situation, and that is why he was using those words like crazy. 90% of the people crazy, 90% of the people are drug addicts, and da 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 da.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't think that is the case. And I think I laid the cards on the table. Mr. Worzie has no training in human services. He has no understanding of what it means to be in that situation. And unfortunately, when you set up institutions like that and you make Mr. Worzie the prime director, then his deputies must have background in the discipline. And this whole idea of all the time the man at the head should jump to the mic to talk, sometimes being the head doesn't mean that you're the technocrat. If I'm working with Worzie, I'm going to tell Worzie, say, I'm going to address the press. I'm the one with the human services
You know the
background here.
issues, yeah.
You can let me take the lead, but then you can come back and just, gloss it as the head. But everybody won't take this take center stage. So once he goes there and he believes now he's doing the right thing, he thinks that, it's all in his favor, and bam, the man go shoot himself in the foot. Failing to realize that the world now is a global community. There are people who understand, who are educated, who know how to address people who are in distress, who are going through a lot. Who he go jump on there, he should have said in the foot. Yeah, man, was he? Yeah. So this is the boss of the LRRRC. So Moses, I just try to open up the conversation that way so that you can come in and tell us the magnitude of this matter and the damage that Worzie has made. And one of the things we talked about on the flyer, whether these people should keep their jobs. And we said now that the 3 at the LDEA should not keep their jobs because of what they did. So we're coming on to Worzie. What do you think about Worzie? Patrick Worzie.
Let me say this first, Volcano. The LRRRC, I would say, you don't necessarily have to be a clinician to be the head of that entity. But I do agree with you that you would need a lot of technocrats behind the scene that will give you the data, that will guide you in the process, that will even compile some of those reports for you, that when you go to deliver, you deliver on the surface because you are not a clinician. And like you said, in clinical social work, we don't identify our people by the problem that they have. We don't call people addicts. We say someone is dependent on the substance, substance user. These are all less offensive phrases or words that we use to describe people who are hooked on substances.
So if somebody said to Worzie, Moses, if somebody said to Worzie he was obese, would he like that? I'm just playing devil's advocate here, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
I said,
No.
if somebody said to Worzie that he's obese, will he like that?
Of course, he's going to get upset.
Yeah.
So, coming back to the question you asked me earlier, in clinical work, one thing you don't diagnose anyone without engaging with the person. You have to psychologically evaluate the person. So it was absolutely wrong for Mr. Worzie, the head of the LRRRC. I don't know who gave him that data, but what he said actually re-traumatized people who live in refugee camps for years. To refer to those people as drug addicts. He gave them a label. These people came from a country where they went through so much hardship and they came back home to rebuild their life. Immediately they get in the country, you that are responsible for helping them reintegrate into the society, you refer to them as addicts. It means that they are dependent on substances. It means that they lack the ability to function like any other person because the substance use has impaired that ability to do so. In the absence of evidence, he called the people crazy. You don't do that. Where is the evidence, Mr. Worzie? What did you send to do a psychological evaluation? The purpose of doing a psychological evaluation is to determine whether the person has any psychological problem. Is the person struggling with PTSD? Is the person struggling with depression? Is the person struggling with anxiety? Is the person struggling with schizophrenia? Is the person bipolar? And before someone is diagnosed, the problem must have existed for more than 6 months. The person must be insane. The person's medical record needs to be reviewed. In the absence of all of these things, this man he mounts a podium, the Ministry of Information, and refer to Liberians returning home as addicts, as crazy people. That's absolutely wrong. And I think he misspoke. The president needs to do something about this. These people have been stigmatized. Volcano, do you know what it means? If any of your family member went back home and somebody referred to them as crazy?
Stop there. There's a lot of folks supposed to be coming. When they hear that kind of news, they'll say, we'll stay here in Ghana. It will be like the children of Israel. They said, we'd rather stay in Egypt. You know?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that a new batch of returnees supposed to be coming. And they dropped the ball on the first group that came. So of course, and the 600,000 almost finished now. You know, was he? I don't know how much he ate.
You don't.
Just playing, but
and I heard you earlier, Volcano, say that
everybody's saying that what is C happening? They're not 600,000 at all.
I am told
because 600,000 is the plenty stay behind. Where I that I don't want to know.
Volcano, our situation is so sad. I listened to one of most social media platforms, and I was told that the number of individuals that the LRRRC hired for temporary work, I am told they hired 90 persons. They hired 90 persons to help these people get services at this transit point located in Banga. The people have no toilets. I am told they don't even have a washing soap. The people are all over the place in Banga. I am told even a commander in Banga reported that these people are criminals. Can you imagine that, Volcano? These people came back home.
Oh no, Moses,
people are referring to them as criminals.
Moses, let's not do this. And I will take that hat off your head tonight. It's
Yeah.
not impossible for some of the guys who return to be criminals. It's not impossible. I'm coming. I'm
Mhm,
coming. I'm
mhm,
trying to address your issue. It's not impossible that some of the guys who return have criminal nature.
mhm,
They may have survived on the war in Ghana. It's
mhm,
not surprising to know that some people did not do drugs and
mhm,
they were profoundly on drugs.
mhm,
It's not surprising to know that some people did not born children with, special needs.
mhm.
It's not surprising to know that there were people who did not do things, that are of the outside of the norm of normal society. It's
Mhm.
understandable. It's understandable. So we can't
Mhm.
we can't say that because these people. So the men who went and the guys who went to the in Banga and started trying to burglarize people's houses, if they catch you and say, "Oh, I wanted to return it," they shouldn't call him a criminal.
Okay, so listen,
I'm just
this is
asking
the
you.
point I'm
No,
trying to,
no,
yeah,
I'm just asking you.
yeah.
So if one of
No,
the
let me drive this point, Volcano.
okay,
Uh, the point I'm trying to drive here, I'm not in any way
you think that
implying
all the
that.
people that left from the
I
Liberian
am
people
not,
that left from
I am
Ghana, you
not
think that all are
implying,
good
Volcano.
people?
Yeah,
That
listen,
all good
I'm not
people?
implying, I'm not suggesting that none of these people who came back home is a criminal or not. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying here is when the head of an entity makes a blanket
But
statement.
that's not the head of the entity. You said
Wait,
one of the
listen,
you said
so
at the police
listen,
station, Moses moved away from Patrick
Volcano,
Worzie.
if you
But
just listen, then you know
but
what
you
I'm
see,
talking
no,
about.
let's leave that part of the head of the entity. We've addressed
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
Let's
I
go to
said
the
a
police
police
station.
commander,
Okay. Uh-huh.
a police commander in Banga publicly declared that these people are criminals. That's an indictment statement. That's a blanket statement. For the fact that you have one or two persons engaging in criminal activity doesn't mean that the 750 people that came are all criminals. And you have a police commander who come and say the people are criminals. It's like this person has indicted all of these people in the absence of evidence. If you got one or two persons prostituting, does that mean that all the people who came are prostitutes?
Moses, I know you know the story. This the statement of the one bad apple spoils the whole bunch, right?
No,
And
but
I'm just
we have
saying.
to be
No,
careful.
I'm just saying. You know that, right?
Say
Right?
that again.
You know this. You know that the adage "one bad apple spoils the whole bunch," right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
but
No, I'm
McKenna,
just saying.
that's what
But the
make
point I'm
us that what
okay.
makes us educated
Yeah, but
people. For the fact that one person does
I
one
don't think
thing,
that the man
we
said
say
all the
crime,
people. I don't
we
think
say
that,
crimes are not transferable.
but I don't think the man said all the people who came
The
are
man,
criminals.
the man made a pronouncement saying that
Mhm.
the people are criminals, they are all over or Banga City. How do you interpret that statement? If somebody say all of you are criminals,
The people.
if the guy has said some of these people are criminals, it will make a lot of sense. But you make a blanket statement that all of these people are criminals. How many of these people have broken into people's stores,
But Moses
have
are the way the
engaged into
Liberian
criminal
man can talk
activities
about.
while in Bond County?
But the way the Liberian man can talk, I don't want you to dwell on that part. I want you to dwell on the fact that everyone that came from Ghana, all of the returnees, all of them are not perfect.
But that is not what I'm saying.
So
We're
let's
not
so then
debating that.
let's just disregard that. We
No, it
said
is
already,
important that we make
but
mention of that.
we already said that the people have misspoken. We've already talked about the ignorance at the level that they don't understand how to address this from the background of human services, from the background of psychology, clinical psychology, from the background of working in the industry, the background of clinical social work. We've established that. We've already
You do,
established that.
yeah, Volcano, you don't necessarily need to have a background in any of these disciplines.
Moses, you do
You just
because
have to be an effective administrator.
but Moses, what you
Yes.
I want you to understand, don't act like you don't know Liberia, that you're not from there. Even the educated people who sitting in ministries can't even pronounce a cell phone. PHONE. They're saying phone. Go bring my phone. You act like you don't know that a lawmaker, someone they can't even pronounce, they don't even understand anything around them. So this is not the issue here. You understand me?
Mhm.
Everybody in Liberia is crazy. You know it. That's how we.
No, but
That's how we
no,
seen
no,
it.
no.
That's how way we
Volcano, it would be
talk.
wrong for me to say that everyone in
Oh man,
Liberia is
oh man,
crazy. I
I
won't
said
say that.
you're not getting what I'm saying. I said that's the way we talk. Once
Oh,
we see
okay.
a situation, we
Okay.
say everybody, oh that man, a Christian man. That's the point I'm making. And so Mr. Patrick Worzie said the same thing that he grew up hearing, he grew up listening
Yeah.
to.
That was just unfortunate.
And he's not. So if he was educated in the field, that's the point I'm making. If he
That
was
was just
educated in the
unfortunate.
field, if Cotton University, where he went to do his graduate studies, and the University of Liberia had taught him the new norm of human services globally, he wouldn't have spoken like that. But it's
You
in our
know.
culture. It's the way we talk. It's the way we
What?
talk.
Mm-hmm.
Even the
So,
educated people refer to every situation as crazy.
yeah, I mean, it's just unfortunate. What he said just further re-traumatize those people in their own country. I mean, you're coming back, basically coming back to nothing. You get into your country where you think there will be hope. And you get there, your national leaders already start assigning labels to you.
Hold on. Let me address Gabriel Daniels. Gabriel, I guess you just got here, but no, I'm not. I'm not backing anything wrong here. What we're saying is that, in as much as they misspoke, yes, uh, but when Moses talked about some of the guys becoming, armed robbers, and the police commander referred to the people are criminals. I was just trying to clarify that all of the folks that came were not perfect citizens of Liberia. Some people pick on different behavior, and it's unfortunate the way they address them and the way that they put everybody in one basket was wrong. That's all I'm saying here. So maybe you didn't get that from what we're talking about. I just want to
Yeah.
clarify that.
Mhm. So it is absolutely wrong for anyone to do. Right now, I think what we need
So
to do
so
in our country,
so it's 8:28. Let's call a spade quick.
yeah,
What you
yeah.
want to do
So
with
what we
Pat?
need to do,
What you want to do with Patrick Worzie?
Patrick Worzie, he may spoke. I would say he spoke out of ignorance. Yes, he said something that has re-traumatized these people. I think corrective action should be taken, but that necessary. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that he should be terminated. He spoke out of ignorance.
All right, so let me come in.
Yeah.
Patrick Worzie, at this point, his institution
Mhm.
is responsible for the repatriation, rehabilitation, and resettlement. Those are the three arrows in a acronym, right?
Yeah.
Repatriation,
Resettlement,
rehabilitation first,
rehabilitation,
then
and
resettlement.
resettlement.
Okay. His first case study, his first case load, not case study, his first case load, he already messed up. Then the other people coming again. The boy won't see Patrick Worzie right now. He can't stay at LRRRC. He can. He must go. He must go because he has to deal with the people. He has to deal with those people he's labored. In fact, most of the young boys now are taking to social media. They've been interviewed in the press. I'm telling you right now, as we speak. He can't show face. He's gone. It's over. His first impression is over. There's nothing he can do to rescue himself. The rescue mission second help him, so they have to replace him. That's my position. That's my
Well,
position.
my position would be this. First, you and I will agree he has no experience. This is maybe this is his first managerial job that he has gotten
No,
over
no,
the
no, no,
years.
no, no. The mayor, deputy minister of information. Oh my man, what are you talking?
Okay. So what I'm saying, yeah, what Wozy did, is absolutely wrong. He has never functioned in that capacity before. He has no understanding of, mental health. He has no understanding of substance use. So he misspoke. He spoke out of
The
ignorance.
man is a round
I,
peg in a square hole. Othello Dillon. So
I would
you
say,
can't keep the round peg in a square hole.
yeah.
Just
So
just just just
this is what
saying
now the
somewhere else.
LRRRC need to do. More education. More education. recruit individuals who know who have an understanding of mental health. Because when these people come, you do what we call psychosocial assessment, where you're looking at the person holistically and identify the needs,
Watch the time.
whatever challenges they have, and begin to connect them to those resources. That should be part of the team's effort. Let them try to find a better living environment for these people. Let them get these people out of the rain volcano. See the people regularly.
Oh no, they're moving into places now. They're doing.
Yeah,
they're doing something.
then it's spreading out.
Yeah, they're doing something now.
You know, the government has to do better. The planning aspect volcano of bringing these people in the country was poor. That's why all these things happening.
But let's leave that and come to Ghana. Why does Ghana always treat us like we're not anything important? Why are they always deporting us? Why? No, seriously. Oh, because they say now everybody running to Ghana now so they can do that? This is not the first time.
Yeah, Ghana has a history. Yeah.
This is not the first time. So all we should do, go to all the Fontaine and send the people back?
Well,
Huh?
you know.
No, seriously. Let me bring Reverses Pro in here. He calling. Pro.
Yeah, Mama, you're leaving now?
We're about to leave, my man. You always do the thing else. When you not tell 2 minutes break, we're high in the bathroom. Then you want to talk. My man.
Now, on the show, oh boy.
Hold on, you from Riverside, but I know you got something on Fontaine EU. Why your Ghanaians like to deport our people? Why your Ghanaians you like to deport our people? They're not first time doing this to us. And they got all the Ghanaians, all what they play in banks, in schools, say the teaching, the BB Fontaine Town and hauling all our fish. And then they be deporting our people. How can you be born in Ghana in an African country and they don't give you citizenship? What nonsense is that?
Yeah,
you say you're part of ECOWAS?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, the people, they got their own thing, though. I mean, I understand. I think the Fontaine people, I was looking at the history. I think they started migrating to Liberia during Turbo's time. I think there was some discrimination against. That's what I heard, or that's what I kind of read about a little bit, because they were seen as people who sorry for my language, like dirty, the places they live. Like you can see those Fontaine area. I used to live around Hotel Africa. The people, they don't build anything good. They were living in those zinc houses, and so I think.
But how all the Fontaine Town, you go to Marshall, that's all zinc shack.
Yeah.
I was just in Robertsport, they're there too. Zinc shacks. I don't know what to do with the money. They just pack the money and send it to Ghana and build the palaces or what. I don't know. But
why our government? Yeah, but for Canada, why our government? That's a cool point there. Why? So why they don't make this? I mean, why they don't get there some kind of temporary stuff? Maybe they're afraid too. They're trying to say, well, this.
Our man Thomas Awaji said most Ghanaians in Liberia are productive. Is Awaji Ghanaian? Because that name sound like Ghanaian man.
The man product, yeah. The man are Ghanaian.
The man want me off first now. I'm fighting for my Liberian people. Every time they deport the people from. But the one I can't stand that the children born in the place, they grew up, the children ain't know nowhere. Then you don't give them citizenship.
I know,
Come
man.
on.
Oh, I mean, they don't have to be
mean. That's very mean.
Yeah,
they don't have to be.
ECOWAS?
Yeah, they don't have to be class 1. At least, man, let them get some status, man. That's. I'm sorry to say, man. Look,
part of ECOWAS, man.
Yeah. That's bad.
That's too mean.
Yeah, but look, y'all, the Fadiga case from my own perspective, I think I don't know the broader implication it will have on Fadiga's career, because look, that guy was going to be one of the promising I think he's the youngest high profile appointees from the diaspora. I mean, I don't know a lot of them. I know they got a few guys, but in that particular position, Fadiga had that potential to excel, be the police director or something based on how he was going to carry himself. I was disappointed when I watched the video, his utterances. I understand he was angry, but I think he kind of went overboard. And, one thing that surprised me that I really felt that Fadiga was going to excel was, if you look at the level of support, guys, it's not just the diaspora. Initially, I thought it was just diaspora people, but the guy got support from majority of people in Liberia too. So you can tell that some of these people want change in the system. But I think he should have exhibited some level of intelligence,
especially coming from America. When you come from America, you're built with professionalism, especially when you work at a high profile position. That professionalism is built, is ingrained, is practiced, is over time honed. So you can't go and do the Liberian thing. If he was not in that conversation and being, vocal, if he was more or less in the AB, I understand. But listen, explain to us why we can't bring gun in the office. But to say I will bring gun wherever in this place, I dare your man start going to profanity. Hey man, it's not easy. I don't know how to talk it. Mose, you want to talk loud?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that we also need to look at what happened that day from this other angle. When people are suppressed over a given period, it gets to a point that they say, you know what, I will just do what I gotta do.
Enough is
you have
enough.
to look at this situation, in a broader scope. I don't think Mr. Fadiga and Mr. Gbawou Kowou just woke up one day and say, with disrespect our boss. You heard them. Look, you have repeatedly disrespected us. Volcano, even our kids, some of us who have children. If you continuously disrespect your children, it will come a time that your kids will act out against you. They will tell you things that you don't want to hear because you have suppressed them for an extended time. I think Mr. Kromah need to do a little bit of soul searching.
All right, gentlemen.
You tell your friends that he's the only nigger.
We gotta go, my man. We got whatever country is this to do quick. Process.
Yeah. To my last, to what Moses say. Look, I understand for kind of. Sometimes we know we're talking about when you're from America, my man. Some of us are going through some things. I remember I worked at this one place for kind of. I worked with that place for years. The level of discrimination against me. There were times I walked out of that job. I just waited for the only reason I was there because my church people took me there. They were the owners. But look, there was blatant racism, discrimination. Like look, my man, can you imagine you going home? I mean, you going to work. You feel your heart beating. I'm telling you.
You're not happy.
Yeah, you're not happy. One day, look. I'm not gonna lie. I used in the whole company, man. One time I just got angry. I snapped on everybody. I said, "Look, I told them the truth. I just walked out of that job, and I felt relieved. Ever since I left that job, I would never recommend anybody there anymore."
Seriously, fire yourself.
Oh yeah, my man. I walk out, my man. Yeah, I walk away. I was too angry. It was too blatant, man. The people treating somebody like that. I said, wow, I see why a lot of these African Americans go to in Liberia with all these people lazy. I understand some of them do, but what I saw over there, I said, wow, yeah. So I think sometimes sometimes when you feel disrespected, when you feel, people can.
But Pro, just so in 30 seconds, I think something has been brewing in the LDEA, and it had to do with people fighting for territory, people fighting for status quo, people fighting for alignment. I think that the situation here was creating a silo, and that silo started from the top. Like Moses alluded to the Mandingo sect, as he put it, even though Kromah denied it, and he made some clear examples that it's not happening. But there was a lot going on in so short a time. That's the issue. And then the allegation of drug being in the picture, meaning, my man, if you can't come and ride with us, you tell a king here to can't get broke. The cartel coming drive something on 500 G, I'm gonna let it go. You can't say now you came from America to be Christian Cole. So all kinds of things were happening behind the scene. That's why we'll wait for this investigation. I'm sure it's gonna be a bombshell. And we'll see where it goes and where the axe falls and who are gonna fall. But thank you so much for calling, my man. We're to do whatever country is this and get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Volcano.
Yeah.
Quickly, man. Let's not forget about this. Sometimes it's good to give ourselves a little bit of public relations. Let's not forget about our organization, the
Man,
Association of
you should have
Liberian
brought that
Journalists
up,
in
my man Moses,
Americas.
but I gotta go to
Eh?
work. I gotta go to work.
Yeah, quickly. I just want to say that there has been a change in leadership. Our former president, Mr. P. W. Besa, and the vice president, Madam Kadiatu Buhiri, resigned, and now we have an officer in charge, Mr. Joey Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy was the Secretary General. So Mr. Joey Kennedy and the National Board of Directors, headed by Mr. Sibo Mapaya, are currently administering the affairs of the organization until October of this year, when by-elections will be held to fill the void created by the resignation of Mr. Besa and Madam Buhari. So I just want the public to know that Aja now has a change in leadership. Mr. Joey Kennedy is the officer in charge.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you. We'll start with G. Gwen Jones Smith. What type of country is this that gives NPA document director to a partisan right after she carried protests to her party headquarters, saying she wants her job or she wants job that will enable her to hire 10 people? What type of country is this?
What type of country is this, right?
But what type of country is this that they continue to put round square pegs in round holes? What type of country is this?
Yeah, what type of country is this that the man who's supposed to help, his own people resettle in the country, he referred to other them as mentally challenged and referred to other them as substance users. What type of country is this?
What type of country is this, Christopher Wesley, when the head of an agency is in a brawl with his deputies? What type of country is this? But Moses, what type of country is this? The people think that this rice price will remain stable until they go to
Oh
heaven.
yeah. Mhm.
You can't grow rice. You got fertile soil. Eh? You have not made effort to farm to grow rice. Then you say that people can't carry rice price up. So now they won't
Yeah.
carry rice price up. Then you won't fight the government. You won't change the president. You cussing the commerce minister. The other man say the man look like Ganga boy. His stomach can be bouncing. Now you can't call about
Now you can't call him back.
what type of country is this? The people ain't got no regards. Eh? Only because of rice.
You can call him back.
You
Come on,
kill your
tell him the
best
minister
president.
of
You
commerce.
kill your best president in 1980 because of rice. The same people who killed the president did not do anything better for rice. The price increased until today. The 100-pound bag that you were eating, you can't find it no more. That if the people don't export it from here and carry it there, you can't see it. So that Liberians
No.
in the diaspora that can carry the 100-pound bag of rice there for them to buy it, and it's $80 to $90 a bag. So those who want to eat real pusawa can afford will buy it. But the local phony rice that they got on the market is just 25-pound bag. So 25-pound bag, if it's $20, when you add four bags, that's 100 pounds, that's $80. So what difference
Yes.
does it make?
I know.
What difference does it make? They can't
Not
sit
much.
there and think that rice price will not go up. It will go up
It will surely do.
because you don't produce it. And the global effect on the production of rice has to funnel down to the consumers. But what type of country is this? Othello Dillon, with a president with 40 years of experience in public service can make simple decisions. What type of country is this?
I agree.
What type of country is this, Shaggy McCaffrey, that LDEA is fighting amongst themselves instead of on war, or instead of fighting
Drugs.
war on drugs?
Mhm.
What type
AB
of country
Kromah
is
has
this?
embarrassed the LDEA.
What type of country is this? Shaggy comes right back. That we have enough land to produce rice for our country and export to other countries, but we're crying that our stable food rice price is high.
What type of country is this?
What type of country is this? Othello Dillon. People elect crazy people to parliament. Shameful. And as Yaga Koluba. What type of country is this? Gabriel Daniels. When every minister and director give their own command without the president's knowledge or consent.
What type of country is this?
What
Yeah.
type of country is this?
What type of country? In fact, what type of country is this that you have too many persons serving as spokesman of the government? Everybody is speaking. What type of country is this?
Yeah. What type of country is this? Thomas Awaji, where there are no updates on the RIA road project. Is the roundabout completed?
What type of country?
What type of country is this that the LRRRC just within a space of 3 weeks received $600,000 plus? But the money that they provided for the project to host the people, to feed the people, to take care of the people, the money more than what the people are seeing right now. What type of country is this?
What type of country is this? You hire 90 persons to service 750 people that just came that need to settle down. You see all the people money to pay salary.
What type of country is this? Old man Nangwe from West Point, where we only eat rice.
What type of country is this?
What type of country is this? Shaggy McCaffrey, too many chiefs and no Indians. Wayne John Smith, what type of country is this? Federal agent is disarmed by Baroko in 1 minute. I like that. They disarmed Fadiga. He said federal agent. Before the man go make a man, no code. Don't begin in a former combatant.
Oh, you live up, grab all the entrance, but when they get disarmed, before you get it.
Man, they got me laugh the other night. Man, this one is the big one here. Don't you limo cables and before my man Fadiga could make a man, the weapon was gone.
Before the man over, man. Oh boy, I take it himself for everything for him.
He said, my man, I'm picking you, you're picking my team.
And then you hear your man, AB Kromah telling the people, say, my man, I don't want no going in this place.
That was a good one. The man said federal agent, the beginning of this army. The man like rebel.
Less than 1 minute, my man. He said, where's my cell phone? Every Kromah said, I don't know.
The other guy, I heard the other guy say, hey, say federal agent, how would disarm you? How would disarm you? The man looking, get
He said, but man, you were security man. He said, you and I, what is going to look at you? You are imposter.
He said, you say our F12, our F12, G12, Sonny. Oh, G12, a minute you're gone from you. What?
Nano Kromah finished deploying Madigo boys.
Okay, beginner.
He said, man, you're telling me come from him, man. Whatever country is this at the LDEA, the LDEA director was feeling so insecure that he told me, he said, man, I want you not going right here.
That is unfamiliar. Whatever, we'll come back to it. Thank you, Gwen John Smith. Thank you so much. Whatever country is this, Raymond Clark, that our rescue group behaving like the past gangster government we have. Gabriel Daniel, whatever country is this, when investigations are set up and there's no report to the people.
Whatever country is this, Gabriel Daniel.
Shaggy McCaffrey, whatever country is this, I said we will change, but you come and doing the same thing. Mortgage work and baboon draw. Whatever country is this, that Liberian federal agent can carry a gun in your boss office.
I made a thread, though.
They
got look up Fadiga and the other guy, Gbawou Kowou.
Let me post
He said, Mary got to keep them far from you. Every Kromah was really insecure, my man.
But the way things brewing, every day that noise, my man, the man got to protect himself. But Fadiga, I was bragging around here. You be federal agent, you go let you limo kid begin in this army. I beg you.
So beginning I was throwing people down in bombing my Kromah just send for their home. He said, man, I begin trying to hear you bring it down.
And all I did is always speak that
The man
Mandingo.
spoke Mandingo to a man there, my man.
Auntie Fadiga can understand Mandingo. Fadiga say you're born grandmaster.
He said, this Fadiga boy. Forget it. AB Kromah said, this Fadiga boy.
Speak for Mandingo
He said,
now.
I don't know how to say Mandingo. He said, Mickey Pig. Kromah was feeling so insecure, my man. When the picking was laying by with a weapon on, my man, Kromah started. Kromah became breathless, my man. Said, shit, the picking won't throw me down.
But the funny thing about it, the man was dressed in his regalia. The man was fortified. You know what I mean?
Picking was 45 with vest, everything on, my man.
But hold on now. You know what I mean? I'm a fortified federal agent.
The rather will come back to sound to a Mandingo voice. He said, man, you're surrounded that man, man.
You're shaking small.
The LDEA, the man who called and said the only nigga, my man, now you have to call for help.
Yeah, we know that Fadiga is either from Gambia, Senegal, in that region. But he was born in Grand Bassa County. So I thought he knew Mandingo. So that I think that was the advantage that AB had on him. AB spoke Mandingo.
Yeah, man, make your way, Mandingo brother.
No, but he spoke Mandingo to the beginning. He said, tell the man talking plenty. You'll take a beef from him.
I was staying here and let that Mandingo, that boy from Senegal come here and came Mandingo there. Come on, run for your life, my man.
What type of country is this? That medicine happened in AB Kromah of it. Like a federal agent gone vanish is quick. Oh God. Yeah.
Lord,
Man, yeah.
The Bible say he's the only nigga on the block. Oh, you surrender to the beginning.
No, but man, but how about the beginning who are fully dressed, my man? You gonna say that and from you?
No former fighters, my man. No picking that in the numbers, my man.
My man, you heard the scuffling, right? That small shaking the guy was shaking the tree. That small nozzle ball was making down on when that weapon disappear. That weapon disappear, my man. Let me see how I find that clip. That thing was
from the man, quick, my man.
Yeah.
So I tell you, man, going from him, man.
But my man.
The man forgot to know that AB Kromah, the former AFL chief of staff.
Yeah, I mean a small man, my man.
Yeah,
I've been being police security business forever.
Yeah,
Go sit down there, you go let her begin. AB rock the man, my man. Hey, AB.
Yeah, but you know what? The picking intimidated the director general, man.
Hold on, I think I would have been dressed up, man.
I will come anywhere with gun.
Hey, yeah, I will come anywhere with
Tell
gun.
me to tell me what they can do it.
He said, tell man to test me and see if they can do anything, right? You making be more.
You are ready.
What the man making be more? You are ready on that. It's okay. Wait.
I'm not in your office, but you cannot stop me from moving with weapon in this place here. And nobody can stop me.
Anybody enter my office the next time, it didn't matter if you come out of my office, it's not allowed to my office. Yes, sir.
They can't even try it.
Yes, sir.
They can't even try it. I can tell you. But you have to put me outside now. They need to come and put me outside. No, you need to be giving them order to put me outside. I'm not fighting you, AD.
You're not getting that for me.
I'm not going to fight you. You've been very disrespectful and unprofessional since you started here, and we've been tolerating you. You've been tolerating. Wait, you won't tell me about professionalism?
Yeah,
no, I can tell you that based on my professional judgment, you treat as you are. Near you, in America, you can compare what I was doing. I was damn. What mean? You're a poster. You're a damn poster and a liar. Who are you?
I am.
Talking about you.
You see that?
I was a damn federal agent. Go and check my record. A GR12? You think, no, that only info these people, you can bullshit. Based on my professional judgment, where professional judgment? You give me this job? You employ me? You recommended me?
I tell that because I thought you were a good guy.
You're not a good human being.
I'm not. Go ahead.
You are very disrespectful. You are unprofessional. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking.
Don't do
I tell you, shut the fuck up.
You put our mouth on you.
So that way.
That time you met through something, but you
He saw the man move away small. Then he threw some. That and they come
you threw something, man, and so you tell I met issue from him, and I think you coming closer.
Yeah, watch it now.
Just bring that people go to jail. You can't go to jail. You can't go to jail. My man will disrespect you. Every time my man will disrespect you. You can't go to jail. You take that point down. Who the fuck you think you are?
So Volcano.
All that time the gun all right on. The man you know he big gun, yeah. Hold on, my man, hold on.
Shut up, get the fuck out of me. Why you holding me?
I'm gonna hold you.
You holding me?
I can't hold you.
Why you holding me? Why you holding me?
You slapping me?
That's why you for me. Why you holding me? That's why you my face. Call my man. Call my man. No, call my man.
Stopping me?
Yes, no, I say Mary. But I thought the gun gone. I beg you.
The man shot at me.
And I'm thinking of yellow.
Oh, they begin throwing punches, my man.
What's that? It's ready.
So you see that Volcano?
I'm waiting for you. Come on, fuck you, man. One spot, don't just spot it. One round. Is it true so you know the gun?
He say, you know how we did it go. So yeah, so I think Gwen, you're right. The man, a federal agent did this army. He didn't even know all that scuffling and shaking. That thing was gone, my man. So your man said, what type of country is this? Where the DEA deputy for operation dressing like Idi Amin?
Yeah. But look, Volcano, just from watching the video, you can see that that was a build up anger.
The man didn't get a gun back. The gun was borrowed. The gun was borrowed by the LMP. From what I was told, the gun he was using was borrowed from the LMP. The LMP gave them, as they had some guns to at least protect themselves. Yeah. So the gun was returned to the LMP.
Yeah,
because you know the other one that he was branding the weapon according to AB. You remember the other story about the branding of the weapon? So yeah,
accusing of brandishing weapons.
All right, my man. Let's call it a night. Yeah. I gotta get out of here.
It was indeed a great show. Yeah. Look forward to coming back on Tuesday by God's grace.
They got me laugh.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will see you tomorrow evening.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Bye.
So yeah, thank you, my people. Yeah, thank you. It was a good one. I got my laugh therapy, and thank you, Gwen Smith. I had a good one. But again, we just want to thank all of you for being here with us tonight. We hope it was a good conversation. Again, we're resolute. Those folks should not be serving in the rescue mission. Unfortunately, they blew it so early. If they have to work, let them go in the civil service, find jobs. The ministries can hire them. But the president should not make appointment of the full characters from what we saw here tonight. Thank you all for being there with us. Again, we're here Tuesdays and Fridays here in the Issues Room. The Issues Room It's your platform where we come to discuss the things that matter to our country. We hope for the best. That's all we can do. Continue to hope for the best. Good night.